Myself. Heck in the way, I'm so sorry. Thank you for telling me about that. Oh, even you think I would have it fixed by now. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for watching. We are building the Lego Notre-Dame set. It's from the architecture series. And I feel so embarrassed that you couldn't hear me. I'm really sorry. So we're building this thing. We're on bag 9. And you can see on the screen that there's the instructions for step 107 that we're on. And I was saying with this set right here, one of the cool things that they did, and I'm just flipping in the physical book to give you the actual dates, is you build this in the order that it was literally built for real life. So the first bags 1 through 9 take you through the original building of it from 1163 to 1182. We're on bag 9, so this will bring us to the end of the first phase of construction. And what you'll see when we're done is what they actually used as a church for mass and everything for people who live there in Paris while they were continuing to build the rest of it. It's really cool, a lot of fun. I also just want to mention we have in the chat from time to time, we're part of the Pokemon community game, so every so often Pokemon will pop up. I will try to mention that if I see it, but if not, you'll see it'll say, Pokemon community game, a wild blah 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 appears. And then you can try to catch it, you can see if you need it, and if you have any trouble, let me know. Enough about me, how about you? How are you doing today? What sort of Lego are you into? How's life been? If you feel like sharing a little bit about yourself, feel free to do it in the chat. No pressure though. We are a chill and safe space here for all, and we just like to make sure people are having a good time. Oops. Silly fingers. Get that going. Make sure we're centered for all of you. I think it's really neat that they've been able to get some rounding on the shape here, considering they're not using a lot of curved pieces. And you would think Lego or bricks, and if they're using squares and so forth, how are you getting curves? They just have ingenious ways of doing it. I'm really amazed at what they do. Oh, that's cool. You're waiting for violin lessons. That's awesome. Oh, thank you. If you want, and there's no pressure, but if you want, and you're not already following us, please give us a follow, only if you'd like to. Again, no pressure. Please don't feel that you have to, but if you want to, go right ahead. I'm amazed that you're taking violin lessons coming up. That is so, so cool. I'm a dad. I have 2 younger kids. My eldest started taking violin lessons in 3rd grade, and she loves it. So I admire anyone with musical talent, and I just think that's really awesome. Let's move on to the next group of steps here. If you don't mind my asking, how long have you been playing? Are you new to it? Is this something you've been doing a while? What sort of music do you like to play? Any favorite composers or pieces? Can't say that I know much about any of them, but again, I'm admiring you really for being able to do this and wanted to learn about it and have that going on. It's really, really cool. I have no musical ability. If you put me in front of a violin, it would be worse than the first beginner. If I tried to sing, you would ask me to politely stop because I would be setting off the fire alarms, most likely. But I admire those who do have those kind of skills. And I'm grateful that you're taking any time out of your day to just kind of chill here with us. Please do. Whenever you like. My goal is to stream on on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 8 p.m. Eastern until, I don't know, like an hour or two. It'll be a mix of building Lego, painting some minis, playing some computer games, just chatting and vibing. What I'm doing right here is actually working on some of the roof. So you can see, we've got a little build construction going on. Nice slopes and this nice gray. So if you ever wanted to take the pieces apart, you could go ahead and then reuse these. Castle or anything else, Star Wars or something. It's really fun. And they're not as new anymore, but these pieces are ones that I really like when Lego came out with them. It just gives you so much more ability to do a variety of shapes and building, especially if you're into mocks. I don't really do mocks yet. I don't feel comfortable enough, although I've been building with Lego since I was a child many, many moons ago because I'm old. And I got in when Pirates first came out and space, when Classic Space was a thing, and Classic Castle and all that sort of stuff. You can't see because I don't have the camera pointed that way, but I'll try to take some pictures or get it on stream. But I had the Lionette's Castle. I bringing home from my work the original yellow classic castle. There we go. Well, we get that going on. Very nice. And build the next level of this roof. I've loved Notre-Dame since I was a young child. I just always thought it was really beautiful. As a kid, I was into castles and cathedrals and medieval age and really any of that sort of stuff. And then I always hoped that Lego would come out with a cool cathedral. But since Lego doesn't do religious things, and I understand why, just like they don't do current realistic weaponry or militaria, but I had always hoped they would do such a thing. And then they came out with a set, I'm going to say probably in part because of the terrible tragedy that happened with the burning of the cathedral. But I thought, well, I'm glad that they're doing this because then it gives it a chance for people to have this. And of course, it's in the architecture series, so it's a smaller size. It's not as big as if it was a creator expert sort of thing. But it still gives people a chance to have all this and get to see the beauty of just this amazing architecture. They really don't build buildings like this anymore. The insane attention to detail is really quite beautiful. And I'm in awe. So let's see. I need 2 of these, not a elliptic piece, 1 end cap and 1 middle. Okay, so starting from the back, because it's easier. And heck of the way, for whenever you have your lesson, I hope it goes well and I hope you have a good time with it. And I hope you can come back some other time that you might like. Okay, so we are going to be putting this on the top. This is very exciting. Here we go. You can see right here. It says right here, 1177. I'm going to highlight that and make it a little easier. I hope for all of you to see. 1177, the choir and the chevet are nearly complete except for the high vaults. The roof and wooden framework are constructed prior to the vaults to offer protection from wear and tear. And so we are going to go ahead. Hey, Night Whisperer. Thank you for joining, buddy. How you doing tonight? I want to give you a shout out as soon as I put this piece on here. Let me just get to the shout out feature. Oh, good. I'm glad you're not doing so bad. So let's do a shout out. A Night Whisperer. Cool. So if people are not following a Night Whisperer, please give them a follow. Check out their streams. Night Whisperer is a very, very, very talented minis painter. Done really cool stuff. And most recently is painted using oil paints, which I think is harder, in my opinion, but has painted Tinkerbella, for Alicia Day's new 3D printing setup that she's doing. And so she gave select number of minis painters figs to paint and then raffle off on stream and everything. So you can get them from the guild and you can join. And a Night Whisperer, if you want, please put links in the chat. We're link friendly. The links in the chat to any of your stuff, your Insta, or also I believe you have a discount on memberships, monthly memberships to Felicia Day's 3D printing setup. So if you want to put links into anything, please go ahead. You are more than welcome to. I'm going to just continue on here, but I do want to mention, I don't think you've ever played it before, Night Whisperer, but Pokemon community game is a really fun thing to do on Twitch, and we have that now in our Twitch channel. So every so often you'll see in the chat, I'll say, a wild Pokemon appears, so you can catch Pokemon if you're into that. You might not be, I don't know, but if you are, go ahead and give it a go. And also you can do things like you can throw stuff at the stream. That should be one of the extensions down below. So just some fun stuff. And just got this boom arm so we can get a better top-down view because before it was not as great. So we have this, and we're going to move on to the next page. Oh, there you go. A wild Hondor appears. So if you want, do exclamation point Poke Start, I believe it is, and that'll get you set up with Start a Pokemon, and you get one randomly. And then you can do exclamation point Poke Catch, and you should be able to try to catch this. So I'm just going to do a check to see if I have it. It says I do not, and I'm going to try to catch it. Multiple people can catch the same Pokemon if you're so interested. Don't feel that you have to. I thought it was a little fun thing to do. Yay! You got a Scorbunny. I don't know what that is. I only know the original ones because I'm old. And then do Pokecatch. There you go. And so you get a chance to get it. And you earn like Pokemon dollars, I guess they call it, the more you watch streamers who have this. And then in the extension below, you can then go and there's a shop, so you can buy different types of Pokeballs. Like the Ultra Ball has a higher percentage of catching things than the regular Pokemon Ball, and so you can get other things. And there's a lot I don't even understand, but there's a lot you can do. So it's a neat little thing to do, I think. Yeah, Good Enough Painting does. Ricky is amazing. I love Ricky. Huge shout out for him. He used his touch. So many people helped me to get to having 50 plus followers. So we are on our path to affiliate, which is weird to me. But we're there. I think we're at 57 followers right now. It's more than I ever would have expected. Cool, you caught one. Yay! Congrats, Night Whisperer. You got your first Pokemon. I'm so happy for you. You are on the journey to the dark side, my friend. Gonna move on to the next page here of instructions. And I think we're gonna be building the flying buttresses. As a kid, I loved it honestly as a kid because it said butt. I mean, what child doesn't think that's funny? Oh yeah. Tink, and you had messaged me on Discord, and honestly, I forgot about what color she was supposed to be, and I didn't know if you were just doing artistic license and like this was your interpretation of it. So I was like, whatever, and it looks good. Your painting skills are just on point, or I guess the kids would say on fleek. I'm probably not saying that right. I'm one of those old people trying to use the cool kid lingo, but people should check out the Insta because you make awesome stuff. You're very talented, and I admire that very greatly. So people should check that out. And if you have links to other stuff you want to share, go right ahead. As I said, we are very, very link friendly. I'm just grabbing 8 of these pieces, which actually I remember them first being used. Excuse me, everyone. I remember these first being used to do like little lights outside houses. So you have this hole here, and so you could just put like make a little sub-assembly, and then you'd have it on your house so that'd be like a front porch light. But now you can use them for so much, and it's really cool because it gives you access to do some side building for some stuff. So that's 6 there. I need 2 more of these. When I first started getting back into Lego as a grown-up with my kids, I remember teaching my eldest, she's 9 now, she was 8 at the time, teaching her the Lego term snot, studs not on top. And it reminded me of this little stupid rhyme from when I was a kid. You may think it's funny, but it's not. And I always thought it was just really funny if you said it quickly enough, you get the word snot in there. And of course, as a kid, that's hilarious. And she thought it was great. Like, it was the best thing she had heard of. So every so often she'll say, "Is this snot? Are you doing snot?" And she doesn't really get what snot is in terms of Lego. She just thinks it's a funny thing to say. And I mean, let's be honest, it kind of is. I don't know that you ever really grew out of it, or maybe it's just me, but so for her, it was very, very funny. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 in action here. Little feet running around upstairs. It shouldn't be. Let's see. Night Whisper, you say in chat, long, no, it's artistic color blindness. But based on the colors I put down there, they shouldn't have been green, but I think some of the Egyptian violet pre-glaze I put in the hair got mixed in with the yellows I was mixing with the Terra Rosa. That makes sense to me. I mean, my knowledge of color theory is very minimal, but that makes sense to me. And since you use oils, right, they give you a little more life to them so that you can blend stuff easier and mix stuff a little bit longer. They don't dry as quickly, right? If I'm remembering what you've said correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong. But that would make sense to me that maybe it accidentally ran, the pre-glaze ran a little bit without you noticing. It could have happened to anyone, and then it just got mixed in. I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. Be kind to yourself, my friend. These things can happen to anyone. Okay. 8 of these little bars, which there's a version of this that they use with Lego Friends for lipstick pieces. It's actually kind of just like, actually, it might be the same piece, I think. But it's just kind of funny. It comes in different colors, of course, for Lego Friends. And these little, I like to call them candlestick pieces. We use them earlier in the build here. You can see right down here to help make the columns. So that's cool. So we need 16 of those. That's 14, 15, 16, so many. Some Lego builders like to do what they call knolling, where they'll take all the pieces and then they'll line them up piece by piece, or like the whole build. I try to do a version of that. It's obviously not as neat. Knolling done well is a work of art, but I try to just pull out all the pieces I need and generally line them up to how they are in the instructions. That way I can just be like, I need from here, I need from here, I need from here, and it can help me go a little bit quicker. That said, I don't speed build Lego. For me, it is almost meditative. I've said that before on streams, but that I do this because of the mental health benefits of it and because I love Lego. But I'm actually under doctor's orders to build Lego, which is a pretty neat thing when you think about it. 8 of those and then 8 of these. Not you. Whenever I'm building Lego or I'm thinking of like another Lego set I want to get, my wife is like, didn't you just buy Lego? What are you doing? I'll say, well, actually, as you know, I'm under doctor's orders too. It doesn't always get me very far, but sometimes it gets me far enough. Now that you've finished Tinkerballa, what are you going to be working on next, The Night Whisperer? I know you always have another project to work on and stuff to keep you busy. So there must be something cool coming down the pipe. Let's see, you say in chat, yeah, they, meaning the oil paints, don't dry quick, so it's easy to get stuff mixed in. I wish I had watched this Wobble video a week earlier where he did multiple pre-glazes and stages instead of all at once like I did. Wobble is amazing, and unfortunately he's Central Time, so he's always on so much later in the night that I don't get to watch him very much. But when I do, it is like watching Bob Ross. Just really amazing, effortless. You can see clearly how skilled he is as a minis painter, and just impressive all around. We're continuing on the build here. So if you see me doing this, I'm actually trying to square it because these here, if I see where the camera is, I need to stay on target. They can be a little askew, right? It can be hard to see, but that's not quite there. Or, so then if I push down on a hard surface, I can square it. And it's not something you have to do, but I'm a little OCD about that. I want it to look as good as possible. I started doing that when I built the Lego Titanic, which was a joy to build. It took me a very long time, but I was like, I want to make sure that I do that. So I made sure I squared everything really well. I tried to hide the mold injection points as much as possible. Um, so actually, let's see if you can see it on here. It might be hard. So on this, if I can get the camera to focus on it. No. So let's try on this camera. It's really small, but right here there's a little injection point, and you might not be able to see it. Please take my word. And I think it's ugly for that to be facing up. And as much as possible, I try to hide them or have them facing a different way so that you don't notice them. Is that necessary? No. Is it silly? Maybe. But it makes me happy. So it's part of my Lego building process. Let's see, it says, you say in the chat, I'll do that in the future, meaning the pre-glazes and stages. And if you do Terra Rosa, you let that set, you'll wipe it. Then do Egyptian Violet, let it set, or wipe it. If you put everything down at once and then wipe, you now know it's likely you'll get displace the pre-glazed colors to where you might not want them. Yeah, no, actually, it's not something I ever would have thought of, but no knowledge is lost, right? So you can do that in the future, and it'll be okay. And life's a journey. You learned a new thing, which is pretty cool, and you can use it the next time that you do stuff. And it's not like what happened was a disaster. I mean, it was just a little error, and it's fine. And also, actually, think of how many people have seen those pictures you posted on Instagram, on Discord, have been watching your live stream, and how none of us said anything about it, right? So, you really, it's not on you, dude. Not on you at all. Someone could have been like, wait a sec, what's going on here? And nobody did. So, all good, I think. And it's fixable. Like with Lego, you can't really ever break anything because it's all fixable. Just putting in those lipstick pieces here. Oops, we got a runaway candlestick. And I mean, in all actuality, I should probably be putting these like in a little container instead of just letting them roll around on the table. Ain't nobody got time for that. Because then I'd be putting stuff in the container and taking it out of the container, and I want to build, you know? Let me build, please. Building is fun. So we're making longer candlestick pieces right here. And they're going to go into something else. And then we will make, I believe these are the flying buttresses, unless I'm wrong. And Lord knows I could be. Of course, now I'm wondering, am I wrong? Thank you, anxiety. Be like, Jonathan, are you wrong? Are these the flying buttresses? So now I need to look it up. Flying buttresses. Specific form of buttress. You know, I know. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you say I should ask Carol, Muses Touch, to add me to the stream announcement bot on her Discord. Oh, and tomorrow you're going to meet Gareth and Carol for dinner in Boston. That's right, he's staying in northern Boston, isn't he? That's really cool. Okay. Okay, I just checked, and these are correct. I'm gonna put my phone here. So this is on Notre-Dame. I'm sorry for the glare. And flying buttresses. That's exactly what we're putting on right now. Woohoo! I did not give false information. Oh, and there's La Vesta in chat. So go ahead and do exclamation point Poke Catch to try to catch it. I'm gonna use my great ball because I have more of them and they cost less for me to repurchase. So if you want one Night Whisperer, go ahead and do that. There you go, buddy. Do you know where you're gonna be going to eat? So many good options in Boston. And you can have just about anything your heart desires. Is he staying like in the North End or just north of Boston, actually in the city? Or oh, Sam Adams Restaurant Tap Room. That's a good idea. I've never been, but I've heard it's a nice kind of just casual place to go. And did he come with like his whole family, his kids and everything? Let's build these flying buttresses. Yeah, you've never been there and you're not sure about his family. Yeah, I couldn't remember if Carol said something or not. Um, but for the life of me, I've forgotten. I think you'll have fun. I've never been there either, but family members have. Congrats on catching the Larvesta. And I'm going to try something. I can't remember if this works, but I think if you do Poke Info, sorry, that doesn't work. If you Poke Help, it gives you a listing or a URL you can go to for all the other commands you can do for the Pokemon game. Okay, so we built the flying buttresses, and now just going to scroll down to show where they actually go. So let's move these, and we'll move you back on camera. And we're going to start, ta-da, let's change view. I'm going to start right over here. So we're doing one. You play a lot of Pokemon Go. There's a local group in town that does raid hour every Wednesday. Oh, that's cool. When it first came out, I played for a little bit. I thought, why not? It's a chance to force myself to go get some exercise. And so I remember doing that. And then I gave up on it. And I tried that doesn't look straight. I tried the Harry Potter one that they came out with too. And that didn't last very long. It honestly wasn't as good. I mean, at minimum, they could have just reskinned it to be for Harry Potter, but they didn't even do that. They made it a worse game, which is fascinating that they could do that. You must have a lot of Pokemon in your Pokemon Go. You're probably thinking, I know who, whatever that I know who Larvesta is. You're like, I don't know. Cool, we got flying buttresses on here. I'm just making sure that they're straight. My OCD. Oh, your kids are grown too when they play the handheld. Yeah, I played when they first came out on the old Game Boy. It wasn't even in color. It was like red and blue, I think, and then yellow for a little bit later for the Pikachu edition, and then they did like leaf green and so forth. But I stopped after the first one, so I only know those. Okay, we'll move on to step 118. Now that we got those flying buttresses up, it looks like we're going to make some smaller flying buttresses. So let's shift you a little bit back. We're making 4 of these. And as I recall, you said not long ago, one of your kids graduated, right? So that's pretty cool. Mine are not there yet. They're still small, but I know someday they will graduate, and it saddens me greatly. But these things are supposed to happen. I mean, not being sad, that's just life, but kids growing up and graduating and everything. Looking for another clip. You said you bought a used GBC Game Boy Color, right? So you can play the old Red, etc. Was when your oldest was like 3, and like watching the show, and now your oldest finished college 2 years ago. The youngest is off to college this fall. Oh my goodness! Wow, I'm sure it feels just like yesterday that they were born and little and doing all sorts of crazy little kid things. That is my life right now. My eldest is 9, youngest is 5, and it's wonderful. Having kids, one of the best things I've ever done, and best things in my life. 8 candlesticks. There we go. It's not easy though. For me, it's absolutely worth it. Okay, let's build these bases for more flying buttresses. Let's put mine at the chat. Let's see what else is going on. I think we have someone else in chat. Hello, Muses Touch. We were just talking about you. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. Let me give you a shout out. There we go. People should check out Muses Touch. Another mini painter, fantastic person, plays D&D, and I see her at gaming conventions all the time. Muses Touch, if you want to put links in the chat to any of your stuff, feel free to go ahead. We are very link friendly. And just working on building the Lego Notre-Dame Cathedral right now. I hope things are going well with you. What's new? We are building flying buttresses right now for Notre Dame. I love me some flying buttresses. Let's see, no mold injection points on these. Still want to square that off. I can't believe this is the final bag of the first section of the, come on now, first section of the cathedral. And I think it's really cool that Lego was going ahead and doing this so that those of us build it in the same order that it was actually constructed. That just, I think, is very cool. And it was smart of them to do. Because, I mean, you could have built it in any order, really. But this just adds a little something to it. Square these off. Put the lipstick in them. Still think that's funny. We are on our path to affiliate. As I mentioned, we're almost 60 followers. I am deeply humbled by that. I know a lot of gratitude to you and Night Whisperer and Muses Touch and many others for it. And right now we need to get up our number of streams. We need to have a total of 8 hours streaming in a given month, and at least 7 times in a month, and have at least 3 concurrent viewers, an average anyway. So we're working on that, but more importantly, working on just spending time with all of you cool people, having fun, building Lego. I'll be painting minis, playing games, just all the cool things. Hey, Tabletop GM for Life, thank you for joining us. And I can't remember, so please remind me, Tabletop GM, do you stream? Because if you do, I want to give you a shout out. You do not stream. Okay. Should you ever stream, please let me know so I can make sure to follow you and give you a shout out. We are link friendly here though, so if there's any cool stuff you're doing that you want to share links to, you can absolutely go ahead and do it. But please don't feel pressured to. You don't have to. We're a cool, safe place to just vibe and all are welcome. We're building some flying buttresses here. We got the Pokemon community game going on. We got the Stream Attack add-on, so you can chuck stuff at my head if you want to, or at Notre-Dame, or any of that sort of stuff. We added these flying buttresses, which I think look pretty cool, and we're going to be adding some more around here and here. So let me go to the next page of instructions so you can see where they're actually going to go. Here we go. Cool. So one's going right here. And let's hope I get that straight, because it's not. But that will bother me. It's a silly thing, really. We'll get three, and then we put another one here. And make it look like it's connected, even though it's really not. And then this one right there. And am I getting you all on stream? Oh, of course, Night Whisperer. When I finish my streams each night, I go and I look to see who I know who is streaming so I can raid into them. Because chances are I'm going to be watching your stream anyway. And I figured, why not just go do it and let people know who you are? I'm all about letting others know about the cool stuff that's going on and who they can see. When I'm not streaming, not working, and not being a dad, which is basically all my life, uh, I I do an audio podcast about tabletop games. I actually have a new episode coming out on Monday, or supposed to anyway. So like my audio editor gets it back. Excuse me, but one of the things that I always try to do with that is I want to build up everyone else. And I always try to promote other people and hype them up and get stuff going on so that others can find them. And rating out just kind of fits with my ethos for that. Tabletop GM, are you working on any cool things, playing any new games? What's going on in your life? You having a good day? I hope you're having some fun. Just go to the next page here. And I'm going to highlight this so you can all read it. If you don't want to hear me read it, but I'm going to read it too. The Notre-Dame Cathedral is the first to fully integrate the flying buttresses that are hallmarks of Gothic architecture. And I said earlier in stream how flying buttresses are a thing I love. And I loved since I was a kid, because as a kid, who doesn't like to say but? I mean, it's funny. Let's see, you say you're working on some squats for Necromunda. You don't hear people talk about Necromunda anymore. It was a great game. I have a buddy who, because it sounds like flying butts on it, so you're right, it does. I have a buddy who has a lot of old school GW stuff, including Necromunda. And so whenever we're playing a game, which isn't often, but whenever we play, if a model falls over, so like a person's here and they go, and they're like, oh, and they're like that, and I'd say, quick, roll a 4+, because isn't that right in if I'm remembering right, in Necromunda, if a model falls over, you have to roll a 4+ to see if they saved. Let's see, he says yours might be jet propelled, and no, I'm not 13. I'm not 13 either, except inside. My wife still says I act like a teen or a child, but it could be worse. I could be acting like a grown up, and that would be boring. Who wants to act like a grown up? Tabletop GM says Necromunda is a really good game. Yep, gotta roll to see if they fall. I'm so excited for the new box set. Wait, there's a new box set? Hold on. We're taking a moment from Lego because what do you mean there's a new box set? Why has no one told me about this? I have some of that cardboard terrain from way back for the original Necromunda, but I didn't realize this. Oh, there's a wild Oricorio in chat. Please go ahead and type exclamation point poke catch if you want to catch it. If you're not sure if you have it, do exclamation point poke check. I probably don't have this. Thank you for the link. I don't have it. So I'm gonna poke catch, great ball. Let's hope I get it, and I hope all of you do too. Night Whisper says, I was when you had plastic Orlocks and Goliaths, but all the games were box metal. That's right. I'm going to save that link, Tabletop GM, and look at it. I can't believe I didn't know about this. I don't stay up to date as much with GW. I've moved away from a lot of this stuff, but I have friends who still are into them, and I'm just surprised no one has clued me into that. Well, I am excited for you that it's coming out, so you're going to get to dig into it. That is pretty cool. Let's build some more flying buttresses. That is fair. They are a lot in many ways. So I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm full of myself, which is something I really dislike. But I'm connected to a lot of the. Oh, congrats, A Night Whisperer, on catching the Oricorio. So I'm connected with, and I know some of the old school GW people. Just a matter from being in the podcasting space about games for so long. This is actually my 20th year of doing it. So I've gotten to connect with some of them and wonderful people. I've had, like the Perry brothers have sent product to me to review, and I've, communicated with them in email. They actually we're supposed to do it during pandemic, but they're supposed to be coming on the podcast at some time, and then things got in the way, and they had some other stuff come up, so I need to reconnect with them for that. But they were all game to make it happen, and I was really quite impressed that they would even be willing to do that. But it seems they were. So when in doubt, just ask, I guess, is the motto. But yeah, like the GW people I think are great, and I know people love the games. I just kind of migrated more into historicals, and so then I moved away from some of that other stuff. If someone had 40K or something on the table and didn't mind going over the rules with me and everything, I would definitely give it a try. Hello, Kalnala. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're having a good night. Night Whisperer GW is also very expensive. Yes. Yes, it is. I have many expensive hobbies, Lego being one of them. So I have to be particular about which expensive things I do. There's Lego. There is Lego having children. There's also Lego. Did I mention Lego? I couldn't remember if I mentioned them at all. And there is. Oh no, I messed up. No, I didn't mess up yet. Phew. But I'm into historicals as well. Podcasting adds up in there as well. I play video games. It's another thing. I will say, in case people don't know, for some of the stuff like playing board games and video games, you can actually get those from your local library for free. And you might say, whoa, how does Wargaming Recon, how does Jonathan know this? And the answer is, I work at a library. So I know this. Libraries have all sorts of cool stuff. You should check out your local library and see if they happen to have any of these kind of things. They even have like D&D books, starter sets. They'll have like a role-playing game club or a Pokemon club. You can get into an anime club. Just all sorts of cool things so you can Trust the phone. You can borrow movies. You can borrow video game consoles. When I'm at, we have like the PS5 and Xbox X and Switches and all sorts of stuff. We have VR goggles. It's just really amazing. All the things that you can get from a library. So I'm a huge fan, huge proponent of that. And that's actually way back I did a podcast episode called Wargaming on the Cheap, episode 84. If you go to wargamingrecon.com/WR84, it'll connect you to that episode. I didn't think I'd be cross-promoting a podcast on here. We're actually planning to do an updated version of it. But one of the things I suggested in that was checking out libraries because they're a cool way to get access to gaming stuff for cheaper. Let me catch up on the chat here. Tabletop GM says, fair enough, historicals are great. I just like my weird stuff. I like weird stuff too, dude. You say they're very expensive for no good reason either. I agree. Just between you and me, I agree. A Night Whisperer says, when I started, it wasn't too bad. Same with me, but there's no way I could start a new army today other than what is in the starter box. Yeah. I remember thinking $15 was ridiculous for a regiment box, and then $20 was ridiculous for a regiment box. Or a squad of Space Marines, and now I don't even know what they're at, but I know it's absurd. Tabletop GM says libraries are great resources. I agree, thank you. And then a Night Whisperer says, over spring break, I found out after the fact that our town library actually did a miniatures painting event for kids. No way, that's awesome. You have to remember to email the librarian that ran that to see if she ever wanted any outside support or help. Libraries and librarians want all the help they can get. We need all the resources we can get, really. So I'm sure they would really appreciate you reaching out to them if you so want to and have the time and are willing to somehow get involved. I think that would just be really, really cool. And let's see, you also said most squads of infantry these days are $60 American. No way, the 60 freedom bucks? Ooh, just thinking of all the historicals you could get with that. And that makes me cry a little. But fancy troops might be more. No, that's true. Things like elites, I bet, would probably be more. Or heavies or whatnot. I gotta say, though, credit to GW. Their sculpts are amazing. Really, really, really love their sculpts. And they're just so cool. Hello, Crazy Krillin. Thank you for joining us. If anyone feels like chatting in the chat, please go ahead. We are link friendly. We're inclusive, a safe space. You can see what we're doing. We're working on the Lego Notre-Dame Cathedral. And I was talking about Games Workshop a little bit in the chat. And I'm going to do an overview of what we've done because we just finished Bag 9. And I also want to mention again for any of you who are new to the stream and new to the chat, we have the Pokemon community game going on. Every so often you'll see it'll say, there's a wild blah, 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 whatever the name of Pokemon, but in there. And if you've never done it before, you can just at any point do ! Poke Start, and you'll get a random starter Pokemon. And then after that, whenever there's a Pokemon in the chat, do ! Poke Catch, and that'll throw a Pokeball so you can try to catch a Pokemon. Just a really neat thing to kind of do. Let's see, Tabletop GM says, yes, yep, I have spent way too much. Haven't we all, my friend? And Night Whisperer says, yeah, they are really cool and have a distinctive art style. That GW does. GW is honing in on it. They know what they're doing. They do pretty well. And people might not know if they're not fully into Games Workshop. But way back in the 90s, actually, Games Workshop had their U.S. headquarters in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Not too far from a buddy of mine. It's not there anymore. So I believe all their stuff comes from the UK. So let's get a nice view of here. So we've built... We've built some flying buttresses here. Going along, we have some nice shaping as well. Just want to point that out for all you Lego fans. Not bad shaping considering the square bricks. And more of this, we've added the roof on. Let's get a little closer look so you can see windows. This is the choir door here in red. You can see that nice distinctive shape. I need to get a better light above my head. That made no sense because I mumbled it all together. Some more shaping there. can see some of the grounds as well. And then inside, look at that. And we'll have pictures on our Insta. I'm gonna get that going on too. You can actually see better with lighting. Let me just pop socials in. And it also has in the socials, I do have a Discord. It's very underutilized, but you're welcome to join it if you so want. But Facebook and Twitter, and actually we're also on Insta. Let's do that. I thought I had that in there as well. I will have to update. We tend to put pictures of stuff we're working on Insta. And let me just get this in here for you too, and I'll fix the socials thing later on. So that's the Insta. If you want to follow any of that or look at any of that stuff. So that is the end of that bag, and that brings us up to 11:82 in time. Let's scroll down so you can see this is where they got put. And here we are. One of the cool things about the architecture sets to me is all of the information that they give you. So you can see we finished the step that we were on before. And just to go back as a reminder for people, that brought us up to 1182. And that's the east side of the cathedral. It says it was completed first and served as a functioning church while construction continued on the rest of the cathedral. And now you can see we're going to be building out some more of the main area of the church. It says construction work continues in the transept and in the bays on the south side of the nave. At 419.9 feet or 128 meters long, 157.4 feet or 48 meters wide, and 226.3 feet or 69 meters tall, the Notre-Dame Cathedral was built on the site of an existing cathedral. I'm not going to try to say that name, but in the Seine, while the first completed east side section functioned as an interim church, construction work continued on the transept and in the first phase. From the original Romanesque architectural style, the construction gradually incorporated contemporary architectural styles, evolving into the Gothic style it represents today. This model stays faithful to the construction of both the structure within and the external architectural details, with certain features scaled down to recreate the awe-inspiring view that has met visitors throughout the centuries. And that'll bring us to bag number 10, which I've got to pull out of my thing. Hey, Crazy Curlin, thank you for saying hello. And I can't recall, but if you chat Crazy Curlin, please let me know so I can give you a shout out. And I want to make sure I give you a follow. And you can post links here too. We are very link friendly. I don't know what that noise was. Things seem okay. Okay. Maybe something else I have going on my computer. But we're link friendly, so you can go ahead and pop links in the chat. Perfectly good. A Night Whisperer says, back when I got my first starter set for 40K, second edition. I think I was in second ed too, or maybe it was third. I can't remember. It was. Oh, that is your streaming account. Let me give you a shout out then, Crazy Curlin. Right there. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Let me do it for real this time. There you go. So, Crazy Krillin, if you don't follow them, please give them a follow. Sorry, Night Whisperer, let me go back to your comment. You said when you first got your first starter for 40K, it was second edition. It was $60 to buy the set that came with 2 squads of Space Marines, 20 Goths, 20 or 40 Gretchens, templates, rules, objective cards, etc. for the price of a single squad of Tactical Marines today. And you say that reminds me, I got it in 3rd edition. And when Crazy Krillin, Tabletop GM says that was your first 40K set too. Very cool. In A Night Whisperer, you say you did the 90s Space Marine Challenge last summer. You have a side-by-side of a monopose plastic Marine painted in 93 or 94. I remember those. They came in a painting starter that you could just get. It came with like 4 paints and 1 or 2 Marines, I think. Next to one you painted for a challenge about a year ago, but before you started with the oils. I would love. Oh, good, you got the picture. If people want, please check out the link to the Insta that A Night Whisperer posted. I'm just pulling up on mine. Oh my goodness! That's like head and shoulders above. Let's see if I can get that up on the stream. I'm gonna change. We got a Snom in the chat. It's a Pokemon, so if you don't know if you have it, do exclamation point Poke check. And if you need it, do Poke exclamation point Poke catch. No, do you know what? I think you probably did too. I was applauding you. Um, Thank you for letting me know, Night Whisperer, that the audio was off. I should check my settings on that, but not while I'm on stream because I want to keep having fun with all of you. But I was just applauding you, saying how your first one clearly has done in the style of the time. You had that goblin green on the base with the flock, some Volca metal on there. You outlined the shoulder pads. You got details on it. It was really good for a first one. And then with the second one you did, oh, so much improvement. Just absolutely chef's kiss. Beautiful. Okay, it looks like the Snom escaped, but that's okay. We are going on to bag 10 here, and let me dig that out. Move this off screen. Bag 10. Night Whisper says, I did not know about highlighting, layering, glazing, and non-metal metal back when I started. Nobody did. Make a lot of noise here. Check to make sure there's no Lego in there. Nope. I remember when I first started painting minis way back when, being impressed with dry brushing, and like that changed my world. That was, something quite a thing. Okay, got these out and move them a little bit to the side. And we're going to start building another base. So kind of like how, don't fall off, how like we've done this, we're building like another base. So that's how we're starting. We need one of these. And a small tile. Come on, tile. I know you're in here. Let's be more careful. Here we go. Night Whisper says, I did dry brush the backpack on the old one, and I dry brushed bulk of metal. Now, the lead belcher, that's what they call it now, on his bolter back then. Let's get this on here. It's super hard to see. We'll move on to the next page of instructions. So, question for all of you, if you don't mind my asking. What do you think about my showing the instructions up here? No, wrong way. Right here. Is this useful? Do you like seeing that? Do you know where I am? I saw another Lego streamer the other day doing it, and I thought, that's a pretty cool idea. Let me try that and see what I think about it. So yeah, that's nice to see. I think because before I had that, I just had my paper instructions, and every so often I would take the paper instructions and I'd go, but like, here, look at this, and then I take them away. But I think it's helpful for people to kind of see where I'm at. So if you're maybe like you're building along at home, and that would be a fun thing to do actually. Maybe sometime get a community like an easier set, maybe something more affordable, like a 3-in-1, maybe, and do like a build along. Oh, neat idea. Very neat idea. Hmm. One of the cool things with Lego architecture is they give you printed name pieces, and they do it in the name of in the language of the place. I'm gonna get up 1 second because I want to grab. I think I have. Where'd I put it? I think it's right over here. The or maybe I put it somewhere else. I'm looking for the Pyramid of Giza because they actually did it in hieroglyphics. I don't see. Okay, it must be. I must have moved it. I will get it and put a picture of it on our Insta. But I thought that was great that they really went with it. And of course, because Pyramid of Giza, ancient Egyptian, so they went with ancient Egyptian language. Can anyone hear me? It looks like I have some audio here, so I'm hoping you can hear me. If not, please let me know in the chat. I'm just gonna take one earbud out though. No, that's gonna mess with you, isn't it? Okay, it sounds weird when I'm talking with the earbuds in, but I'm gonna presume that you're good. And now I know what that noise was I was hearing. It was my AirPods saying, "Oh no, you're running out of battery." And it's because I had used them a lot today, and I didn't charge them completely beforehand. I can hear the music. It looks like the volume is picking up on this, so far so good. I'm gonna say that worked. I apologize for the interruption, everyone. That was not my intention, and now I know for next time. So that should not happen again. Also, I know why people who do earbuds wire them. Personally, I like having the freedom to kind of hop around without being wired to the device. But this is what we got. And that's life, yo. So let's get back to what we're working on. Good Enough is live streaming now too. Very cool. Love Good Enough painting. So let's get back to this. We're adding the printed nameplate, which is something that they do at LEGO for their architecture sets. I think it's really, really cool. It's just totally killed my flow. I'm sorry, everyone. I will get the jive back. So we get these going on. Very faint. Okay, let me put the volume up. How's this? Are we doing better? Thank you, Tabletop GM, for letting me know. I am so sorry about that. Better? Thank you so much. So, printed nameplates. Printed nameplates are the thing that they do with LEGO architecture sets. They do it in the language of the place where it is. I'm breaking up a little bit. Oh, you silly thing. Am I still breaking up? It could be because it's rubbing against my shirt. And no one... I'm breaking up. Okay, how about now? If that's not any better, I got another thing to try. Okay, talk. LEGO architecture is fun. Let's break it up. Let's go to this. Okay, everyone. How is this? Is this working okay for all of you? I'm using the mic and the webcam on my computer. The only downside is when I turn, you're not going to hear me as well, but this is okay. Okay. Goodbye, wired earbuds. We don't want you. Get out of here. We'll get this fixed. So when I first started streaming, I streamed myself playing computer games. So I would be at my desk where I would podcast. I'd use my podcast mic. I can't bring it over to the setup because it's so different, but clearly I need to work out something that's much better. Please let me know when I turn if you can still hear me okay. You might not hear me as well, so I want to know. I want it to be a good experience for you. And if it's really terrible, I can plug in my AirPods so that they can charge up a little bit, or I can end early and read out to someone. So, you let me know what is best for all of you. I just feel badly about all of this. I thought, oh yeah, it's a little lower, but if you raise my voice when I turn away, yeah. And I'm going to raise the volume on this too. There we go. So that's maxed out. I used the AirPods earlier and I thought, oh, that'll be okay because they're still charged. They'll be good, right? And clearly it was not. We got a wild yamper in chat, so if anyone wants to, you might want to try catching that. And if this is really annoying with the volume, let me know. And I can end chat or so forth. Night Whisper, sure thing. Thank you for lurk. I think I set it up with exclamation point lurk, so that'll let you go ahead and do lurk. Let's see. Yeah, and then you can also do exclamation point unlurk, and then it says you're back. Hee, you're plotting your next moves in the shadows. You're gonna lurk for about 15 while you run that trick with your daughter. Have fun with that. And for the rest of you in chat, thank you for sticking with me during this, because it's annoying, right? Things are going well, and then you're having fun and you're doing your thing, and then the streamer messes up. Streamer, get good, right? It's embarrassing. I'm sorry, everyone. But we shall move on. Move onward and upward and better. Working on that base plate right here. And moving to step 127. So let's move down here. So I was on step 125 here. And step 126, I added these. And step 127. There you go. So we need 4 more these plates. We're going to need some tiles. And just get this going. So I gotta say, for me, streaming has been, like the process of streaming, has been interesting because with podcasting, I started so long ago that a lot of my really bad errors were done so far past that people don't remember them, which is nice. And when I put out a podcast now, people just used to whatever the quality is. Hopefully it's good and how things are. But with streaming, coming back into it, I'm basically starting from scratch, as it were. And I'm getting set up and going and everything. And then it's like I gotta make one change. Every stream I'm trying to make another change to make things better. And I feel bad for everyone who's on the journey. And a Night Whisperer, for when you're back from lurking, and I'll say this again later on too, in case you don't catch it, but when you're back from lurking, will you just let me know, remind me what time you're going to start your stream, because you asked me to raid out to you. Tabletop GM, thank you so much for your kindness. You say, no worries, it is a learning process. I do feel like an idiot though. I really do. And I want to give you the best possible because you have a lot of options out there. Why are you picking me? You don't need to stay with me and be like, we don't want to watch Jonathan build Lego, that idiot can't even get the audio right. But I appreciate your kindness and your understanding. I really do. We've got a lot of gray here. A lot of gray. Cool. So we're moving on. Step 129 is next. We're actually making some pretty good headway. There we go. Again, still adding on to the bottom. This is kind of a boring bag to do, at least on stream. You just see me do more of the same. You're probably like, come on, we don't want to see any more of this. Show us the flying buttresses. We want to say butt. Flying butts. Can't always be fun and games, people. Although, wouldn't that be cool if we could have more fun and games? Such is life. That. Next step. Right here, step 130. Get some more cool stuff happening. So we need 5 of these plates. 2, 4, 5. Some tiles. Let's get you on there. Hello, Hecaton. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're having a good day and a good night. I tuned into your stream, was it yesterday or the day before? I wasn't able to stay long, but I enjoyed watching it. I look forward to coming back and watching more of your streams too. We are very link friendly here, so you can please go ahead and pop your links in the chat if you want to. But don't feel that you have to. People should check out Hecaton. Does some cool streaming. Just building the Lego Notre-Dame Cathedral. And my audio is a little wonky because my AirPods, the battery died. And so I'm using the audio from my camera here because earbuds weren't working so great for me either. They kept on cutting in and out. They're old earbuds. Clearly I need to get a better headset, which is something I was going to do. And then I said, no, I'll just use my earpods. I don't need to. Well, yes, I do still need to. So for right now, I'm just going to be speaking up a little bit more, because as I turn away to build here, this is on another different table. I got to face this way. I want to make sure everyone can hear me. But for any of you, really, if you want to share what you're working on, go ahead and share it in the chat. Share your socials, links to photos, or whatever you're doing. I get really interested to see what everyone's working on. I'm just pushing down. I got a flat surface that's hard and rigid to make sure that the connections are good. Okay, step 131. We're going to flip this bad boy over and put some stuff underneath for supports. So we need 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yes, I can count. Woo-hoo-wee. I can graduate kindergarten. And a flip. And now let's get these in. So, these. And these. Now, one of the things when you look at Lego instructions, something like this, you might be like, where do I put them on here? Because you can see it on here, right? Ew, wrong way. Yeah, I point like this. There we go. You can see right there how it is. You might think, how am I going to line it up? So what Lego's doing when we're putting these on, we're reinforcing the joints in between. So that's how you're going to want to get them on. And I can tell from looking, I want this one to be seen. So I'm going up here. And then once you get one, you know they're going to do the same on all the others. And that just little tip, you probably already know, but in case you don't, it makes your life easier. And then up here, here are the lines. You can also see there's a demarcation here. So it's right next to this demarcation and right on this, and like so. And then up here is the same as down here. So you just do this, and this is going to give you the support that you need. And then we're going to flip back over to the top of the next one. Let's scroll down to the next page of instructions. See, we're adding more tiles here. These are plates. These are tiles. And we're adding some of these light gray tiles. 7 of these big ones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. 2 of these. And 2 of the corners. I like to wait on the corners until I put the other stuff around it because it helps me to square it off. So if I do that and this, then I can take my corner, everyone, and slide it in. And as you can see, I hope it is squared off better. I'm a little OCD that way. I want it to be nice and look good. Is it a requirement? No. Build how you want to build, people. But that's what I like to do. I really enjoy how architecture sets look really nice and clean when you're done. They do a good job of that. They make good display pieces. Can we get another corner to pop in? Like so. That's done. Let's go to the next page. And for those of you who are wondering, depending on when A Night Whisperer is streaming, or if we finish this bag first, we'll see what happens before we raid out, or we might just go full 2 hours. As I say, it's a lot of fun having people in chat. Even if you're not chatting and I know you're just lurking, it's nice. Because some of these streams I've done, I've been like, I'm building, and there's no one there, which is cool. It's part of the growing process, right? I think, I'm doing this by myself. Why do I want to talk to camera when no one's looking? But then I remember, I take the videos, and then I pop them on our YouTube channel. And actually, what's the link to the YouTube I have? Let's see. Is this my link? I think it is. So this should bring you to YouTube. I think it brings you to a playlist on YouTube that has podcast episodes. But if you just go ahead and click on my name on any of them, Jonathan J. Reinhardt, it'll then pop up and bring you right to it. Or for a shortcut, so I don't make you do all the work, there you go. That brings you right to the main YouTube page. And so you can, if you scroll down, you see there's the first part of the Notre-Dame building. I gotta get the other parts up, but that's a start. Okay, let's start adding some more detail here. Get a little detail going on, some grass and so forth. So we need 4 of these. A couple of these. Some nice corner pieces. Do that. 3 of these. 1 of these. And 4 more corners. Okay. So I'm going to take all of these onto the side, put this back in, and we're going to be working right over here. So this way you can see a little bit better what we're doing. Get this going on. The sound of Lego pieces coming together is very satisfying for me. So I hope it's satisfying for all of you too. Are there any like sounds or smells that maybe are a little unusual, but that you just really enjoy? I think a common one that I hear so often from people is gasoline, unsmoked tobacco, freshly cut grass. I'm not suggesting you go sniffing gasoline. Please don't. But for whatever reason, I like the smell of it. It's weird. It's probably gonna give me cancer. going on. It's always important to have a good foundation for stuff. We're doing a good foundation for Notre-Dame. Speaking of Notre-Dame, actually, I haven't checked for any updates, but I believe they're making some good progress on it so that they can repair it from the fire and the devastation that happened and then make it ready for people again. I think. Should check that up. Oh, there's a wild primate in the prime ape in the chat. Good luck to anyone who's going to catch it. No, I'll give it a try. Poke catch, ultra ball for me, but poke exclamation point poke chat catch for any of you who want to catch it. Good luck to you all. Down here now. This top down is so much better. Because before I had a view from like this way, and it was awful. My hands are always getting in the way. So at least now on the top you can see that. Smells that you like rain in the desert. I don't think I've ever been in the desert, but the smell of rain is wonderful, isn't it? I love the sound of rain, like rain on a tin roof. Oh, put me to sleep just like a baby. Go to the next step, step 134. I should say we're on bag 10. There's 34 bags, and the last, I don't know, 8 bags, maybe 6 bags. They're small, but 34 bags. There's a lot of pieces in this. What's the total number of piece count? It doesn't say all that. Let me get a piece count for all of you. Okay, so according to the box, 4,383 pieces. It's sizable. I like to make building the Lego sets, kind of stretch out. And one of the cool ways to do that is to build on stream with all of you. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me company. These are pieces I think are really cool. You need 7 of them right now. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these. 8 1x1s. 8 of these little fellas. Or ladies, lasses, whatever they are. 8 pieces. I don't know why I'm assigning gender to Lego pieces, because it doesn't matter. And gender is a spectrum. So let's see, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these. I love these pieces. I was so happy when they made them a handful of years ago. 9 of those, 3 of these, and 4 of these. These will come in handy with the studs in them, so you can put like trees in, or statuary, or other decor. Those are there. One of these, and one of these. Now let's start adding to up here. When I build Lego, especially like this, one of the things I do, I kind of approach it the same as if I was building a puzzle. I like to do the outside, the border, and then work my way inward. Or I'll do, say, one section. Like I might just work on here and do all the pieces here, and then work my way out. That way I don't forget. Okay. Look at this. Yeah. Ta-da! Let's go to the next one. Next part of the border here. Oh, nice. Now we get to use these. Actually, I'm gonna do this too. We're almost done in this corner. And then this way I can just finish this corner. that there. That there. Making some progress. And as an added bonus, I didn't beat myself up too much for my error with the audio. You notice here with the 1x1, I built all the stuff around it, and then I put it in. Again, it makes it easy to square it off, at least for me. Use whatever method works for you. These are just going to... My tummy's rumbling. I just realized I did not eat dinner today. I don't know if I ate breakfast either. Well, when stream ends, whenever that is, I should rectify that. Certainly not eating. I had lunch. I had a nice chicken salad for lunch. I had that in a sandwich. I toasted the roll. So that was good. Have all of you eaten today? Have anything really delicious? Moving on to the next step, step 135. Oh, we're going to be getting close to connecting these. Here, I took a peek ahead. So here's, there's 135. So we're going to be doing up here basically what we did up here down to the bottom. Or a version of it anyway. Okay, so let me move that out of the way. These 1x1 studs. You and you. Move those out of the way. That, and now 7 of these friends here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not that one. 9 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And then 1 of those. Let's bring you back in. Let's move the other part of the way so you can see. And let's get this going. So here we are. Yeah, it really is like up there. So I'm just gonna be able to. Yeah, he's going. This is gonna be pretty quick, actually. And I'll tell you, it shows I've been streaming for 1 hour and just over 1 hour and 49 minutes. It does not feel that way. Not at all to me. It is going by so fast. Okay, so we did that. Then over here we do this. I just love the sound they make. You get a nice click. These aren't clicking so much. So when you get a nice click, it's really enjoyable. Here we go, we'll fix that. I was like, that's not enough to go in here and finish the pattern. What am I thinking, people? I wasn't. There we go. So, that finishes step 135. So you can see we've added all that. Let's move on to the next step, everyone. Boop, boop, boop. 136. We're connected the two. So we turn on you like that. And bringing you here. And I might actually have to zoom out on the thing, but so you can see here actually. Just lift the camera up. So you can see here, this is the whole size of it, right? So we spent the first 10 bags just here. and then the rest are going to be all in this main area, going up here, and then of course building up and up and up and up. So that's what we got. So we did that. Let's move these pieces here out of the way. And move on to step 137. We're getting near the end of this bag here. So let's get the pieces we need, everyone. We need 2U, 4 plates, tiles rather. I don't know why I keep on calling them plates. 4 tiles. This and this. And this is it. Are these not all the way up? Hold on a sec. Okay. There we go, that's better. It looked like these were higher up, like physically higher, so I just had to push them down more. And let's get this going. So, connections are important. Uh-oh. Oh no. I used wrong pieces somewhere. Oh wait, nope, I didn't. I thought I used wrong pieces. I didn't. Okay. I'm just freaking myself out. Phew! So these right here, I thought these were... So these are 3. I miscounted. I thought they were 4 studs long. I thought I was supposed to have 2 stud long ones in there. So I was like, oh, what did I do? Nothing. I did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. I'm just gonna turn this way so it's a little closer to me. I know it's not the same view as is in the instructions, but c'est la vie. Okay. I think these are going to be doorways, actually, if I'm correct. So that is the end of bag 10, everyone. And that's pretty cool. In case you want to peek at the next bag, and I don't think we're going to do the next bag yet, because we've been streaming about 2 hours, and I know the next bag is going to take a while. But let's take a peek at what the next bag is, the first step. So bag 11, you can see right in here. And actually, let me make this a little bit bigger for everyone, so you can see it even more. Here we go. So you can see right here, we're continuing the flooring. Right there in the middle with the tiling. Pretty cool. Let's put you back to where you were. Yep, on. Up in the corner. So people can see, but not too big that you block everything. There we go. Okay, let me see who's live and streaming, because we will raid out in a few moments. I just want to take a peek at that. I thought a Night Whisperer said they would appreciate the raid out, but I don't see them live just now. A Night Whisperer, if you're there, are you streaming tonight? Because I don't remember. I know you're playing a game with your daughter. I'm going to actually take a peek at your stream to see if it has your schedule on it. Just give me a moment, everyone. I follow a lot of people. And Night Whisperer's one I followed from way back. So let's just go take a look. and see what it says. Schedule. No, they're not streaming tonight. They're streaming tomorrow. They're doing World of Warcraft tomorrow. So that means we can raid out to whomever. Let's see. A lot of choices. Dr. Krabby, raid out to them the other night. Good enough, raid out to them the other night. Oh, we could raid out to the Jang. They do Lego building. And it looks like they're taking some stuff apart. So we could totally raid out to them. Before we do, a wild Pidgeot has appeared. I'm gonna catch this thing. Let's just take a quick peek, see who's in chat. See for where we're gonna raid out. Hold on one moment, everybody. And I appreciate you bearing with me for this. So let's see. We've made a lot of progress on it today with the Notre-Dame Cathedral. Just taking a quick peek in the chat here. And yeah, I think I know where we're gonna raid out to. So let's go to this and make sure my mic is still working. Yes, it is. Good. Okay, everybody. So you can see here we've finished the first part of the cathedral. I'm gonna have pictures up on socials, so you'll be able to see that, and I'll pop them in the Discord in case any of you choose to join the Discord. That's up to you. And also just a link to the Instagram. It's easier to put photos on there. So if you want to join any of those and check that out, and if not, that's cool too. So thank you for that. We'll have some photos. We're up to 1182 now, and we built the foundation for the next and the rest of the cathedral. Added some nice areas for grass and other stuff. Got the cool nameplate on here as well, and built flying buttresses. Flying butts. Had a cool chat about Games Workshop and 40k and Necromunda and all that sort of stuff. Thank you for that. If you don't follow me and you want to, please give me a follow. That'd be fantastic. And like I said, we are working on our way towards affiliate. So we have a growing number of followers, which is really cool, and have that happening. And I am just most appreciative for that. And just working to fill out the other criteria. It's like we have to stream a total of 8 hours over 7 days in the course of a month and have an average of like 3, I think it's 3 people watching active in the stream. So that's really cool. So we'll be back. The plan is, let's see, today's Thursday. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, more of this. So if you're interested in seeing where it goes, if you're interested in having a cool, fun chat, trying to catch Pokemon, whatever, I hope you'll consider joining me. Even if you just lurk or whatever, that's cool. And otherwise, I'm most grateful for your time and for you spending the time with me. So I don't have a cool exit, cheesy outro for streaming. I have one for podcasting. So I'm going to use that for the time being until I get a better one for streaming. And so for podcasting, this show's Wargaming Recon. I'll pop a link in the chat. And also, you can find us on any podcast app if you listen to audio podcasts. Just look up Wargaming Recon. It might show up as CWF Gamecasts, Wargaming Recon, something like that. But it's me. We have a new episode. I'm hoping to release on Monday morning. And just have the audio editor working on it. But my outro for that is, no matter how busy you are, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter blah, blah, blah. And I tie it into the episode. You know, you gotta, you have to, you need to. And I really lean into the cheesiness. Keep on gaming. Well, we're not gaming. We're building Lego right now. So, a version of that for all of you. No matter how busy you are, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how much time you're thinking, wow, we're making progress with this Lego Notre-Dame, but do I really want to spend more time with Jonathan? I hope you do. You know that you need to, you have to. That's right. Keep on having fun. So let's raid out now to who I want to, and I hope you will all join me in seeing them, and that should show up now that we're going to be raiding. Why did that not work? Did I spell the name wrong? Oh, I did the capitalization wrong. Hold on, sorry. No, that's not right either. Aha, because they did the wrong thing. I'm such a goose. Here we go. Oh my goodness, I can't read out properly. Clearly, I am hungry beyond belief, and I need to eat because it's playing games with my mind. Oh, come on, people. I can't be this terrible. Okay. We'll be there momentarily. I need to get my headphones on now. Thank you again for watching. Be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have some fun.